Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. That one ain't a shad. That one ain't a shad. Nice little bass. Nice little bass on the finisher. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh, all right. Here we go. Man, I don't like them trebles. They're close to my finger. All right, another, man, that is a chunk. Look at that belly. And that's on the finisher. My new favorite lure. Thank you, Lord. Hey there, fishing friends. Welcome to Load the Boat with Zach. In today's video, I'm going to take you with me on a bank fishing trip in December where I catch a pretty respectable limit of bass from the bank using one of my new favorites, the Berkley finisher. Now, this poor little finisher 5 in my last video had one eye. Now this thing's got no eyes, but even beat up and blind, this thing is still producing for me. And before I get into some fish catching, I'm going to tell you why I caught some fish this day. A lot of people are messaging me and they're asking me, dude, where are you catching fish? Where are you catching fish? And I'm like, wrong question, man. You need to be wondering why I'm catching fish. That's the important thing. I know a million places on Gunnersville where I have caught, you know, tons of fish. I have a lot of great spots, but of those spots, only a handful of those are going to be producing on any given day or any time of the year. So, you know, out of those hundreds of waypoints, only a few of those are going to work. Your job as an angler is to figure out why. So why did I stop here on this spot, and why was I so successful? Well, as I was on my way to a spot where I had located some fish in a creek, and I was going to give this little finisher a try. As I was going over this causeway, I noticed all these birds just dive bombing at the bank. Hey, get out of here, bird! And let me tell you, birds are something you have got to pay attention to, whether you're on the boat or on the bank, because what these things will give away is bait fish location. Now, if you see birds that are just, you know, sitting around floating on top of the water or just kind of circling over a wide area, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But if they are aggressively dive bombing, or if you see them just a bunch of herons lined up on the bank, you know that there are bait fish in the area. And this case was no exception. So I was driving down the road, saw that activity, flipped a Yui, pulled in, and had no regrets. Because sure enough, all along this causeway, this rock, there was a bunch of shad that was held up tight to the bank. Now, you don't see that a lot this time of the year, but we had a really couple of cold nights that had stunned these small shad that were this same exact size as this finisher. These little young shad were just stunned from this little cold snap that we had. And these fish were not happy. They're tucked up tight to the rock for some warmth, and a lot of them were dying. I could see some dead, but you could see in the schools there was a lot of those fish that kept rolling on their sides. They were just very, very unhealthy. A lot of them were stunned and dying. And that just created a great feeding opportunity for those birds, but also the bass. Now, even though the water was cold, it's December, these fish were periodically even coming up and busting up on top against these rocks, just eating these shad. But what I did is I took advantage of the fish that were the big lazy fish that were just sitting on the bottom, just gulping up these fish. I fished this finisher, hopping it along the bottom, kind of like you would do a blade bait, which is another bait that probably could have worked in this situation. But I was hopping it along the bottom because there was just millions of shad. You know, I could have just reached down the water and grabbed me a handful if I wanted to. And if I kept a bait up shallow, that same level of the bait, I was gonna have a really hard time of making my lure stand out from one of the millions of shad that are around there. So instead of trying to compete and instead of my bait being, you know, 1 in a million, I wanted it to get down through all those fish. I was fishing it near the bottom where those fish are, because these fish in the wintertime are typically going to be under the bait. And I was just hopping it along, making this thing look like a wounded shad struggling there on the bottom, and that's how I was catching catching a ton of fish. So when you're out there on the water, whether you're on the boat or you're fishing in the bank, but be mindful of your surroundings. You know, live scope is definitely over the years gotten a lot of popularity, but don't forget about your eye scope. Your eyes can catch you just as many fish as your electronics. If you pay attention to what's going on around you, keep your head on a swivel, you can put a few more fish on your boat every single day. Now, another thing that'll help you catch more fish with this bait and in any kind of treble hook bait in the wintertime is going to be changing your hooks out. Now, in the wintertime, those the fish's mouth will get a little bit harder. That cold will make the skin a little bit tougher to penetrate. If you'll notice, you know, all your plastics and stuff will have a little bit less action. That cold just makes everything a little dense, a little harder. So that's why I like to switch to light wire hooks. And I like the ones that have the super slick coating on them, that fluorine coating. Being light wire and having that coating will allow you to penetrate those fish's mouths. Even with a real soft bite, you'll be able to stick them and get them in the boat much better if you use one of these lighter wire hooks. Now, if you're fishing heavy grass for big fish, obviously you may have to make some exceptions, but unless you are in a situation where you just have to put a whole lot of pressure on these fish, I like these lighter wire hooks, especially in the wintertime. Now, I use a lot of the Ryugis, but today I was using these Kamari 84S treble hooks. These were size 10 because this is the Finisher 5. This is the smallest of the finishers. Size 10 is what it came with, so that's what I replaced it with. And you can see I caught some really good fish with this bait. Did not have any trouble straightening these hooks out because I'm using with this small one, I'm using a light, more moderate action rod where the fish has a lot to play with. And I'm using 8-pound test fluorocarbon with this, to where that's got some stretch in it, to where even when these fish surge, they're not going to pop off on me. And I make sure I do set my drag light, and if I hook a big one, I'm of course gonna back off on it quick. That's something you have to be ready for when you're using smaller baits, lighter line. And you're fishing for big fish. You need to be able to make some adjustments in a hurry, back off on your drag, or if you need to, if you're short lined at the boat or on the shore and you're using a bait caster, you know, be able to hit that thumb bar real quick. A quick press of that thumb bar can really save your day and help you put some of those big ones in the boat who get startled when they finally realize what's fixing to happen to them. Got him. There we go. Oh man, that's a good one again. That is a good fish. Oh man, wow, look at the belly on that thing. Wow, I ate that thing. Oh, wow. Man, so glad I went out today. That you could see it ate that finisher. That thing is a chunk of a fish. Thank you, Lord. There we go. There we go. Another finisher fish. Let's get him in. All right, just hopping this thing along the bottom. There's so many shad here. We had a cold night, and I think there's a little bit of a shad kill, or they're stunned maybe, and these fish are just feeding up on them. And this finisher is such a good bait for imitating this dying shad. Wow. Yeah, you can see. Ate it. Ate that thing. Look at that chunk. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Got him. Got him. There we go. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Stay on there, fishy. Stay on there, fishy. Alright. Put on the bigger finisher. Caught a smaller fish. What's up with that? But conditions are getting a little bit, getting more overcast, more windy, so I stepped up in size and went with more of an opaque finisher, and got a fish here. It's not as big as what I've been catching, but they're all fun. Thank you, Lord. Well, there's obviously some out here. Let's see if I can get one of these that we're working out here. Oh man, look at that. Nope. Got him. Got him. That feels pretty good. This one feels pretty good. Don't jump. Don't jump. Holy smoke. Holy smoke. Where's my darn cane? Oh. After this one. Oh, man. Oh, this is a good fish. This is a good fish. Let's see what we got. How do I have him foul hooked? Yeah, I got him foul hooked. That's why he felt good. This is still a good keeper, but I got him hooked right in the belly. All right. Man, I thought I had me a 5-pounder on here for a second. Everything feels good on this little light action rod though, man. There we go. Another good fish on that finisher there. Look at the bellies on these things. Wow. Wow. Thank you, Lord.
Whew. That's why it felt funny. Got a shad. Alright. Well, let's see if we can put this shad to good use. Alright, just accidentally snagged me another shad on the finisher here, so let's see if we can get another bass with it. We ain't in no tournament, ain't no law against it, so let's put her to good use. Got him. Got him that time. Oh man. Let's see what we can bring in on this little ultralight. He's coming in. I don't know if he's really sure if he's hooked yet. Oh yeah, now he knows. Now he knows. Now he knows. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Of course, everything's good on this little dinky rod, but oh man. Oh yes. Man, this has been a fun day. This has been a fun day. Woo! Don't fall down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Another nice fish here. Oh man, wow. Wow, that is a fish for an ultralight there. Thank you, Lord.
I hope you enjoyed today's video and watched me catch a number of fish on this little Finisher 5 from the bank. That's the ultimate testament to a lure, is being able to produce fish from the bank in a highly pressured body of water. Now, if you have any topics you'd like me to do future videos on, or comments on today's video, I'd love to hear from you down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Pick up this Finisher 5, pay attention to some bird activity around you, and you too can load the boat.